Here at Cropper's Nogales Autocenter, we are going to be the non-car people, car people. It's all about serving the community. It's not a transaction. It's not a number. It's a person that has a need. We don't mark our cars up over MSRP. We don't do addendums. We just believe in fair, honest, transparent pricing and to give a customer a good experience. You save hours of your life and you save thousands by driving down here. Cropper's Nogales Autocenter is worth the drive.
Hey everybody, welcome. So we're in actually a special location today here for We Love Nogales. We are at Cropper's dealership, right?
Yes, sir.
Cropper's
Cropper's Nogales Auto Center. Yes.
which actually has a place close to my heart because I used to work
Uh,
here.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So, but we're here to sit down with Carl Kraus, the current owner operator, right,
Correct? Yes, sir.
of the dealership, and we're going to talk about you know, a few of the community thing and initiatives that you guys got going on, some
Absolutely.
of the changes in the business, things like that.
Sure,
And
sure.
I'm really excited to hear from you guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, it's a pleasure speaking with you all today and getting the opportunity to sit down with you. We are really excited about a few different initiatives that we're going to be rolling out here in the near future. Um, when I got here about 3 years ago, I really fell in love with southern Santa Cruz County. It really excited me that there was so much community involvement. Um, but I also saw some needs that we needed to help, So we got pretty deep involved with a lot of the community organizations, trying to help out where we could, because I believe a strong community, is relying upon the businesses that take care of Santa Cruz County.
Of course, that's
Mhm.
awesome. So, just to touch on, I know we're going to get into more details
Sure.
later,
Mhm.
but one of these initiatives is, and coinciding with the 4th of July, is for first responders and veterans,
Yes,
and you yourself are a veteran.
I am. Yeah,
So,
about 32 years ago, I was a young man, recently married, and I did construction most of my earlier life, and it just wasn't conducive with a young baby that needed medical care and everything else. So I joined the Army and was in about 3 years in various roles, and then was injured, and I got put out on a medical discharge, and sitting in a hospital bed, I was thinking, what am I going to do with my life at this point? I did have a colonel that was in the Army that told me, son, you're just going to have to get used to it, and you may be in a wheelchair by the time you're 30. That scared the hell out of
I
me.
bet.
It really did. So I had to start thinking, what am I going to do with my life? I had a real good friend that was in the car business for years and seemed to really enjoy it, really liked the business, and did the business differently. He was my mentor, and he got me to go down to Southern California from Northern California, and it's here I am 30 years later. So it's been a wonderful business, but I enjoy doing it a little differently. So my idea of the car business is really taking care of the customer. I know a lot of people say that, but I really do believe it. Our customers make us who we are in this business. So I just don't believe in the addendums, the marking up cars, unrealistic dollar amounts and putting all these extra things on it just to increase profit.
Hmm.
We don't do any of that here. It's just taking care of the customer, making it fast, easy, transparent, and really giving back to the community where we can. And our first responders initiative, this is going to be a great thing because, like I said, the military is super close to my heart, and I probably would have made a career in the Army. Probably a lot of people think I'm crazy, but I probably would have. So it does have a special place in my heart. And the police force and Border Patrol and Customs. I did do a few joint missions with Border Patrol when I was in the Army and the Department of Justice, and it was a really good time.
Yeah.
So they do hold a special place in my heart. So we are going to launch the Heroes Initiative. It's for veterans and first responders, and then we'll roll it out in another phase that we'll talk about a little bit later
Okay.
for some other
Yeah.
very important individuals in the community. But what we're going to do is we're going to do some special pricing and things like that for them. But I'm going to let them go into that in a little
Okay.
more detail when you talk to the rest of my team.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, I want to thank you for your service.
No, it's appreciated.
Um, I don't know if you've noticed, but Santa Cruz County, we've got a lot of love for veterans here.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
I can feel it every day,
awesome.
every day.
Um, and we're really, really excited about what Croppers has coming up, and I mean
Absolutely.
the changes that are happening here. That you mentioned transparency and stuff like that, and
Yes,
I personally value transparency, especially when it comes to buying a car or something
without a
like
doubt. Without a doubt. You don't want surprises.
that. Yeah,
You don't want to get in there and go, what? I never bought this. I never agreed to that price. Or you see one price online, then you get down there and they go, oh, well, we didn't tell you every car has these things on it and you have to pay for those. That can be $3,000 or $4,000.
of course, yeah,
It's just it's games that you don't have to play to be successful in this business. It's
yeah,
just I want to make it quick, fast, easy, and make a friend. I go out and meet most of the customers that buy new cars and shake their hand and introduce myself, and they really appreciate that. And they know when they come back for service that I'll be here if they ever need me.
awesome.
You know,
That's great philosophy. Thank you so much.
no problem.
And we look forward to, I mean, this to every month, having hearing
Absolutely.
from you
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
and
And oh, I almost forgot. We're also trying to build like a Santa Cruz County business coalition. And what I envision anyway, it's still in the grassroots version. I told you a little bit about it.
uh,
But what we want to do is get a lot of like-minded businesses out there who want to see our community grow. And if we can see our community and give back to the community to where it's growing and opening new opportunities, maybe then our kids won't be leaving when they graduate high school. That's a big problem. When I
absolutely.
really dig into it, I have to dig in a lot of analytics and demographics in this job. And we have an aging population. Our kids are graduating high school and then leaving us because there's no opportunities. We have to change that.
Absolutely. All right.
We need to get our kids to stay here.
Well, let's do it then.
I'm in.
All right. So
All right.
we're going to go into more details with
Yes.
some of your team
All
later,
right.
but I really, really appreciate your time.
I appreciate you guys coming down. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks, man.
All right. So we're back here now with Mike Rowe, also of Croppers, to talk about their Veterans and First Responders Initiative, which is really, really cool. Something that when you guys started telling me about this, I got really excited because, as we said with Carl just right now, this community has a lot of love for veterans and first responders. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. So it's the Arizona Hero Initiative,
Okay.
and there are two phases. The first phase is for active duty and all military veterans,
Okay.
and the second phase is law enforcement, first responders. So any law enforcement we have here in town, and the customs, homeland security, police, fire, and a lot as well as emergency medical technicians.
Okay.
We just think it's really important to honor those and serve those in our communities that keep our communities safe.
Awesome. So there's actually a lot that goes into this. It's not just special discounts.
Correct.
There's more to it. Want to lay that out and see?
So it's anybody can offer a discount,
Of course.
but it's more service than just discounts. So we're offering priority servicing. So a lot of times when you call a place and you do service, and you need to have your car worked on, a lot of times it's, oh, we're going to bump you to next week. Whenever we have time. Well, Croppers has decided to make it a priority for our service individuals in these programs to get special servicing, meaning if you call in and you need your car done, we're going to bump you to the next available slot that we can put you in,
Okay.
and to make sure that you're taken care of. And nobody else does that. You can call in and say, hey, I'm a vet anywhere else, and they'll say, oh, well, I'll bump you to next week and I'll get you to the next slot. But we're going to make that a priority. Also with special pricing, and we're giving away with this program a 3-year maintenance. All your oil changes, tire rotations here at the dealership come
That's
with the
awesome.
program. So it's a value system that we want to show the community, for those that serve us, that we are willing and happy to serve them as well.
And anybody who's ever owned a car knows how important and how big of a headache the service part of a car ownership can be.
It can be. Our service department here at Croppers is fantastic, and these guys really do a wonderful job just looking out for the community, and anybody that brings their car in gets top-notch service anyway.
Of course.
We just given our program individuals a priority servicing so they can get it done quickly.
Of course. Absolutely. And that's incredible. Um, Now, is there any, what are the what does somebody need to do, a veteran or a first responder need to do to be qualified for this?
Just ID, be a member of those organizations, and you can be police, fire, rescue. EMTs. I mean, there's identification badges.
Of course.
Anybody belonging to those organizations and work with those organizations. Anybody that works with those organizations are part of this program as well. If you are the person that works in the receptionist office at the fire department, or takes the calls, those are all part of the organizations that we want to honor for all of the service they do for our community.
Awesome. And is this a perpetual program for here until
This
the
is
end of?
ongoing. It's
Awesome.
going to be a program that Croppers is making a priority. So we're going to keep it going as long as we have ownership to do so.
Great. That's perfect. We're excited to see this. We're excited to see this roll out. And there's one more thing that we didn't talk about,
Okay.
but I want to bring up. We talked about it, but the 4th of July. You guys are gonna have a booth.
So the 4th of July is a big launching date for us.
Yeah.
We're going to be passing out a lot of information about the Hero Initiative. We're going to be talking to people one-on-one, giving people flyers with information so that they know exactly what's going on. And if anybody has anything they want to talk about or want any more information about this, they can contact us here at the dealership.
Okay.
They can see us at the park. We'll be there at a vendoring booth. I will personally be in the dunk tank along with Lee, who you'll meet here in a little bit, and we're going to try to talk Carl into it, but we'll see.
All right.
But we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to play with some water and talk to people about what we're doing, and hopefully get everybody excited. And we will be in the parade,
Okay.
making some noise and flashing some flags and passing out some special coupons that we have made up for that. So look for us in the parade and come see us at the park. We'll have a lot of fun.
Awesome. And you heard it, dunk tank. That's the most important part of all of this.
But don't miss, because I'm squirting you. We've got firebacks. So
Oh,
if you come out
this
and you
is a
throw a ball,
dunk tank with a
you'll have to
twist.
come out and check it out. We're gonna have a nice speaker out there with a microphone, and if you miss, I'm gonna let you know. So come out and give it your all.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. All right, so now we're here with Lee Sorensen to talk about SAC, the Southern Arizona Community Coalition, which is a really cool program that you guys have come up with and you guys presented to us, and we're very excited about it. But let's get the community excited about it too.
Okay.
All right, so tell me about this idea, the inception, and the rollout.
Okay. Well, let's get the origin a little bit
Okay.
put together. The origin, as Carl Kraus, the owner, and I started discussing, was that we noticed in Santa Cruz County, Southern Arizona, that there really was not representative of small businesses, of nonprofits. Everybody just kind of, we have a chamber of commerce, we have a Rotary Club, but a lot of the smaller businesses in the area just felt like they had no voice. They didn't know who to turn to. I can give you a good example. You have an upset customer, and they go online and they say something derogatory about the community. Well, it just hurts a business, and we want to be able to help everybody, not with social media. We want to be able to help keep our business local down here. One of the biggest things we have is that we have a community in Nogales or in Rio Rico and Patagonia to Tubac, all the way through here, that there's no real voice for the small business. And I know that you and I have had discussions about this.
Yeah.
Uh, we can help if we band together to help market the businesses, to bring more traffic. We can help the youth learn to get jobs to stay here, because right about now, one of the biggest problems we have, and I've noticed in Nogales, I've been here now for a year and a half, is that the younger generation feel that they instantly have to leave for Tucson or Phoenix to be successful. And a lot of that is driven by the lack of jobs or the lack of careers.
Okay.
And most people don't understand. They're leaving the valley, they're leaving our valley here to go north to another valley, when a lot of those same jobs and opportunities exist with us.
For sure.
So um, I'm going to give one of the best examples. We have everybody that works for us now is from the Nogales area. In the past, we've had technicians that drove from Tucson down to here. We've had anywhere from half the staff in the service department that has to leave uh, a city to come down here. That's not the way it is. We're training the youth in there. We have currently 4 technicians that are under the age of 20, that their goal is to become master techs in their field.
Wow.
These are jobs that pay 100, 110, $120,000 a year.
Real careers, like
Real
real
careers.
solid careers.
And as Carl and I looked around the community, there are plenty of other businesses out there that offer the same opportunity. People just don't know about them.
Yeah.
And so not only is it about marketing, it's about the youth, it's about helping all the locals here because a lot of times people will do something, they'll take their TV or whatever, their car to Tucson. Well, they don't have to. We have everybody in this community. And if you're like me, from a year and a half, I've been here, I slowly have learned what's going on in this community. Carl's been here for 3 years. We have made it our mission to become part of this community.
So, you've touched on some things that I've also noticed. I'm growing up here myself, is that there's not a lot of youth retention, and and it's interesting. It hasn't made sense to me because the youth leave to go get careers elsewhere, while we're actually hiring people from out of the city to
Correct.
come and do jobs here. There's a disconnect there somewhere, and I think that this coalition is gonna be great to lift those elevate not just the businesses themselves, but the people as far as job placement and job training. I think that's great. So, that's the future? That's what the ultimate goal is here, or
It's a multi-pronged. It
okay,
literally a community without small business is not a community. You've seen what happens when the big box stores come in, push everybody out, and then those families, and that is families. If you could be an individual family with a small business. You could be a small business like we are here at Croppers, where we employ about 45 people. That's 45 families. And so not only do the youth leave, which kills a community, if you
mhm.
look at any demographics, when the youth start to leave, the communities continue to drop. Your tax base drops, everything drops with it, services all the way across, and you start to pretty much be a dead community. Well, we stop it right now. We start working with everybody. Everybody works with us. We build the future through youth. We build the future through keeping the tax dollars here in Santa Cruz County. We build the future with encouraging individuals from Sarita and Green Valley and South Tucson to come spend their money with us because we offer something that we believe that the big city doesn't offer what we do. We offer hometown service where you come in and you're cherished, you're valued. We actually really get to know your name. We get to understand your family. We get to understand your concerns. And this isn't just with croppers. This could be any of the small businesses in this community.
So, I feel like a valuable piece of this isn't just about training people as workers, but also training businesses to look for the right workers and to promote themselves in a way that can attracts the right type of attracts employment and retention, I guess, especially.
That's it. I mean, that's it exactly. If we all work hand in hand, we can build this community to what we all know it could be.
All
I
right.
mean, it's on its way right now. And there's a lot of, you said you're from here, you were
Yeah.
born and raised here. I have met so many third, fourth, fifth generation families around here. And when you start talking to them, a lot of them will always have the same story. When I got out of high school, I went to Tucson and I did this for 20 years. And then I came back here because something happened in my family. It's usually a passing or something that we want everybody to be able to stay here, be able to see their family the whole time, be able to have a good living, be able to afford a house, be able to afford a car, be able to take your kids to Disneyland when they get to be that age. Not to have to feel like you have to go to Phoenix or Tucson in order to accomplish those goals.
That's great. That's incredible. Now, as far as businesses getting involved in this coalition, what is the plan there, and how do we make that happen?
Well, it starts really simply. First off, we're working with an organization such as yourself. We've already met with multiple business leaders in the community, and I think that if we, as we network with each other, um, it's going to grow upon itself. We offer value just in you've heard the saying before that there's safety in numbers,
Yeah.
and this really truly is a safety in numbers. Uh, as you drive through anywhere in Nogales, uh, you're looking at all these small little businesses. I'll give you one of the best examples. I keep hearing how Morley is dying. How if you look 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, that was flourishing. I read an article in the Nogales International that at one point they thought that this was like the San Francisco area in the downtown. And as I drive down, I'm seeing stores close down on a Saturday, and I see the foot traffic about a third of what it should be. Well, how did those businesses, how do they get their message out? That is what we hope to accomplish. We will accomplish that is by pulling those business leaders in with us. We keep the youth here learning a trade. We help develop that area. And then all of a sudden we have the traffic coming back. We don't have the snowbirds just going across the line for medicine or something. They say, hey, you know what? I just crossed at the Morley Gate or the DeConcini Gate. And let's stop and look through these shots, not just drive a car across. That seems trivial right now, but we know that most of the traffic going through here is just for that.
Yeah.
We keep them here. And if we keep them here, it happens with advertising, word of mouth, just getting our people in South Tucson really don't know what we offer down here. And I'm not just talking about cars.
Yeah.
I am literally talking about all of our services. We have Frias Plumbing that Croppers is currently working with. He offers a service right now that in the Tucson area is, I'm not exaggerating, 2 to 3 times as much. Same exact service that what he's doing with this plumbing, but we down here, we don't know this. Tucson doesn't know this. Tucson doesn't know that a Nogales business can do the exact same service with just as good a quality
like a third of the price.
for a third to a half the price.
Wow.
And I just chose one business.
Of course.
If we sat here for 30 minutes, I could name
more.
every few minutes. And
Wow.
that's what we're trying to build, is to get this message out for everybody.
Okay.
That Nogales isn't the end of Interstate 19. It's where it begins. This is where you need to be.
All right. That's perfect. We're very excited about this. And thank you so much for coming and talking to us about that and for what you guys are doing for the community. I
No
appreciate
problem.
it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Here at Cropper's Nogales Auto Center, we are going to be the non-car people, car people. It's all about serving the community. It's not a transaction. It's not a number. It's a person that has a need. We don't mark our cars up over MSRP. We don't do addendums. We just believe in fair, honest, transparent pricing and to give a customer a good experience. You save hours of your life and you save thousands by driving down here. Cropper's Nogales Auto Center is worth the drive.